So, the Black Panther trailer dropped today. Unless you've been living under a particularly heavy nerd rock, it's a thing that you were captivated by this morning the way the rest of us were. Before we talk about it, um, it's worth talking a little bit about what a trailer is supposed to do. The purpose of a trailer is to sell. It's to make you excited to buy a product. And the way it sells that product is, and you can't sell any product unless you know exactly what it is you're selling. And the best trailers have an absolute grasp of what the product is. You look back at trailers like Man of Steel, which I love. It's selling you on iconography. It's selling you on the dream of Superman. You look at Wonder Woman. It is selling you on Grace Under Fire. It's selling you on reclaiming the space. If you look at the Avengers, it is selling you on culmination. It is selling you on holy shit, all of these heroes we've been watching are now on screen together. And oh my god, this is amazing. You look at Guardians of the Galaxy, it's selling you on space romp. You look at Justice League, and part of the problem with that trailer is that we don't know what it is they're selling. And I don't think they know what it is they're selling. It seems to be red skies and bad jokes, but I'm sure there's more of the movie than that. There has to be. Otherwise, why do you spend $300 million on something? And you look at the Black Panther trailer, and it is selling you on pride. It is selling you on unequivocal, unapologetic pride, on who Black Panther is, on who T'Challa is, on what Wakanda is, on what it means to be from that place in this time. And given the world we live in, it is selling pride, selling black pride in a very real way is almost a transgressive act. And that's part of the reason why, at least for me, it seems that these trailers, both the first one and this one, carry such a charge to them. It is almost revolutionary for a movie like this to exist at a time like now. And that part of that is because of Ryan Coogler, who, Kevin and I have talked about our undying, unyielding love for Creed, and parentheses, I am kind of sad that he's not returning for Creed 2. Sylvester Stallone is going to write and direct the sequel to that. It'll still have Michael B. Jordan because you can't have Creed 2 without Creed. But Ryan Coogler is bringing to Black Panther this very real sense of texture and of lived-in quality, and Wakanda does not feel like it's a kingdom of Mongo, which all too often kind of alternate realities, hidden cities can feel like. They feel like sketches. They feel like on the periphery there's some cool stuff, but in the center there's not much holding on. We see, even in these 2 minutes, you just get this sense that Wakanda is a real place. You get the sense that it's a city that functions. You get the sense that it has history, real history, and that history will be part of what causes the issues that T'Challa will face. And right from the beginning, right from the music, right from everything, right from Danai Gurira saying "We are home," and all of these amazing actors doing their best, sort of mid-continental African accents. It feels like a tapestry that we just haven't gotten a chance to see before. Michael B. Jordan looks fantastic as Eric Killmonger. And it seems as if his story, we're absolutely just embroidering and trying to connect dots that we don't have all the context for, but he seems to be, sort of the excommunicated son, if not the actual brother of T'Challa, at least a spiritual brother of T'Challa, who went down the wrong path and is now returning to claim what he believes is his through violence and through fire. We get to see the relationships that T'Challa has with the women in his life. Between Angela Bassett as his mom and Danai Gurira as his chief bodyguard, and Lupita Nyong'o as from what I understand, something of a spy / information gatherer / ex-paramour of T'Challa. All of these people who are functioning as both support and as, the rails on the side of the bumper cars to make sure you don't go off the rail. And his conscience, in a way, in pushing T'Challa to the place where he can choose the kind of king that he wants to be. And just there's so much texture. And there's so much fucking badassery in this trailer. the scene when when Andy Serkis's Ulysses Klaue, I guess that's how we're going to pronounce it, since they spell it Klaue or whatever. Leans out of a car and shoots its awesome weapon and blows up the car, and T'Challa like flips off of the car and up against the building and lands back on it, and then carves the front tire off of the fucking. I mean, it's almost exhausting to keep up with the amount of innovation and invention that's going on the screen, and that's being wielded with such a sure hand. You can see movies like this. You can even see trailers for movies like this that feel as if they were created before the actual movie was. That they had their 3 or 4 shots that they knew they wanted for the trailer. They had their 2 or 3 sequences they know they wanted to highlight. And those might have even been in place before an actual director was brought on board. Joss Whedon had gone on record saying that when he took the Avengers job, there were 3 or 4 sequences that he knew they wanted, that they told him they wanted. And so part of his job was to stitch the connective tissue between those big giant sequences. This feels like it is from whole cloth out of Ryan Coogler's brain. And for sure, there were. I'm going to assume that there were mandates from Marvel, because again, you don't spend $200 million on a movie and not have a mandate or two. But Nate Moore is the producer who works at Marvel, who was shepherding this project, and Ryan came in to write and direct it, and it feels like it's bespoke to that guy and his vision, and everything about this trailer feels like it's part of that vision. And it's totally enthralling and intensely satisfying to see, even in just these little bits. They're not giving us very much of the plot. We're just insinuating what might happen or what might not happen. But they're giving us the mood. They're selling us on that pride. They're selling us on that this is a place for you. In the same way that Wonder Woman sold you the battlefield is the place for Diana. Wakanda is the place for T'Challa. And the movie is seems to be what happens with this apparent civil war will have vast ramifications on both the Marvel Universe, I'm assuming, and the world outside of the Marvel Universe within the Marvel Universe movies. I know that was a little bit tortured, but whatever, who gives a fuck. I can't... February cannot come fast enough. It seems to be the kind of movie that people like me, fans like me, longtime fans of Marvel Comics who've watched this character since its generation, since its inception in the early 70s, and watched them blossom under the Priest run, watch them blossom under the Ta-Nehisi Coates run. To see this executed at such a level, with such craft and care and sensitivity, and just understanding that whatever else this movie is going to be and whatever else it needs to be, it must also be a pulp adventure. It's a Jungle King. This is the kind of thing that pulps were built on, even back when they were mostly racist tracts written by guys who did not and had no interest in exploring the world around them. But guys like Robert E. Howard, who created Conan, guys like Arthur Conan Doyle, guys like whoever that dude who invented Tarzan was, whose name escapes me, but all of those things, like King Solomon's Mines, they were all, the noble white hero plunges into the deepest, darkest Africa to ultimately rape it of whatever made it special, be it gold or diamonds or oil or ancient artifacts or you name it, they took it. This is the closing of that loop. This is taking some of those jungle tropes and recasting them, redefining them, reforging them into something better, something smarter, something way more contemporary, and something that deserves to sit alongside the other kinds of movies that we love, that treat their characters with the same amount of respect. So, yeah, I'm running out of things to say about these 2 minutes, but I cannot imagine running out of ways to feel about Black Panther between now and February. And Jesus, when February comes, we're all going to take the month off, right? Like, that's just what we're doing. We're all just going to celebrate Black Panther for a month. And if not, you should just talk to your people, and we'll all find it. There's a home for everybody in Wakanda. So yeah, for this baby episode of Fat Man on Batman, I've been Marc Bernardin, and yeah, let us know what you think on the internets, where you can find either of us, or at the comments below, which we do actually kind of read. Even though I know you're not supposed to read the comments, I still read the comments. So yeah, fucking Black Panther ahoy. Yeah. Peace.